Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to recreate two of my maternity pieces that I have worn the most throughout my maternity. So, what I want to do today, I want to recreate this skirt more or less as it is. You can see it's got some pleating here on the side, which provide the extra fabric and space for the belly, elastic at the top to keep it up. And then for the top, I actually want to crop it and make it so that potentially it's more accessible for breastfeeding. So my idea is crop it just below the top of the waistline for the skirt so that when worn together they look like a dress, but they can be worn as separates, and importantly the top can be lifted up to provide access for breastfeeding. So we're in my sewing room. First I wanted to show you the fabric better from here. So this is the fabric. You can see the ribbing. It is 4-way stretch, but not super stretchy, which I think will provide a perfect amount of structure to the skirt and the top. The pattern that I created for this shirt is this one here. And I am going to take in the shoulder a bit and then contour, or take in the armhole rather, and make it a little bit more scooped in. And then in doing so, I'm bringing down the shoulder a bit to contour the shoulder down and account for the fact that the end of the shirt is not going to be at the high point of my shoulder anymore, but rather in this kind of like dip or divot here in the shoulder. So minor adjustments, but I will be adjusting both the front and the back panel for this one. And then this is the skirt slash dress version. I'm going to redraw this pattern to make it just a skirt pattern. And then once I've done that, I'm going to look at this area here. You can see that it's not like, according to the pattern, it's not that the waistline goes out really at all. It's a pretty straight line. It's just the gathering of the fabric that allows for the belly to have room. So I'm hoping we can more or less keep that as it is, and that with a smaller belly it will just be kind of closer to the body. But we'll redraw that, and so we'll do that now. All right, I've got the skirt panels laid out and ready to cut here. But before we do, I was just reflecting on how this fabric actually compares to the fabric that I've used in prior iterations of this skirt. Namely that it's just a little bit stiffer, a little less elasticated. And so in order to make sure that I wasn't cutting the pattern too narrow, I measured the pattern at the hips and calculated about how much the pattern allows in fabric at the hips, which is about 80 to 82 centimeters, and then compare that to my actual hip measurement, which right now is about 102 centimeters. And so that means that the fabric needs to stretch about 20% to go from 80 to 100. And so I did a little stretch test on the fabric, just kind of grabbing 80 centimeters of the fabric and like stretching it to 100 to see how hard that would be, and how much tension would be put into the fabric in order to do that, because that's more or less what would be required of the skirt, you know, in order to fit my body into it. And while it's able to do it, it is a bit tighter than I think I want the skirt to hang on my body. So long story short, I am going to add a centimeter at the fold line on each panel, meaning that I'm actually adding 2 centimeters to each panel, front and back, which is probably going to be too much, admittedly, but we can always take out, you can't add 2, right? So I've laid the skirt panels out here, but as you can see, the pattern is about a centimeter from the actual fold line of the fabric, to make it just a little bit wider. And then hopefully that will give the skirt just a nicer drape on the body. It won't be so skin tight. Yeah, tight. All right. So now I'm ready to cut it out, and I'll do just that. So I have sewn up the top, just at the shoulders and the side seams, and generally I like it, but I do want to make a couple adjustments. One, there's some gaping here at the armhole, and I realized that I didn't adapt the pattern to kind of contour for the sleeveless. So I think I'm going to take about 2 centimeters out of the front armhole. The back armhole is okay. And then I was thinking about the bottom of the shirt. At this point, it's as designed, like crop top, and kind of provides easy access for breastfeeding. But I think on the sides, I would like to put in some pleats to kind of give it a little bit more structure, a little bit more visual interest, and concentrate a little bit more fabric down below the bust area, just to kind of keep it taut under there. That said, I don't feel like I have any risk that this would like potentially come up, because it is kind of tight on the underbust. So I'm gonna go ahead and make those adjustments. Take 2 centimeters out of the armhole, put some pleats on the side, recut, and resew, and we'll see. Okay, so I have gone ahead and recut and sewn the top, with the gaping fixed at the armhole. So see how much better this looks. All the gaping is gone. I also put in the pleats that I was talking about here, on the side. So I did a 1-inch pleat on both the front and the back panel on both sides, and so when they come together, they look like they're done together. And I like it. I think it's good. Now I need to attach the collar, obviously, and then I need to go get some stretchy bias tape to finish the armholes, and I'm hopefully going to do that this afternoon. I also have the skirt panels all cut up and ready to go, so I'm going to sew those up really quickly. That should not take long, and then we should be almost done. Great.
I'm wasted on your love, I'm on the edge. She said let's go do something we'll regret. I love it when you play too hard to get.
All right, we're done. I have finished both the skirt and the top. You can see when they're worn together, they look more like a dress, but then we have the top that's a crop top, easy access for nursing after. I'm really happy with how it turned out. The fabric is super comfortable. It's tight. It's a bit tight, but I think it will fit well for my postpartum body. And yeah, I'm really happy with it.